Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. This is Diaper Cthulhu, and um, this time we're going to be continuing with Korriban. So, last time we were told we needed to speak to. I guess we're speaking to Jolie.
Got something on your mind, dude?
You never did actually say why you decided to come with me.
No, I never did I?
You know, I don't have to take you with me.
Of course you do. I know things, remember? You think you could make it around this part of the galaxy without me? But, don't answer that. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
Move on to where?
To bed. I'm old and tired, you know.
No, really.
How many kilometer-high trees can you find it interesting before you figure you've
I
had enough?
think I've already done
I bet
this.
you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
You could do that on your own.
So I could. But not having a ship does tend to put a damper on that kind of idea, however. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
You know what my destiny is?
Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you. But, I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick.
No, tell me more of what you see.
Your future will come of its own accord, trust me. Sometimes navel-gazing at it doesn't get you anywhere. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. And that can be all bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had this conversation already.
Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere.
Yeah, I remember
if you
editing
stand
this.
around
Yeah.
chatting up old
Okay.
men all day.
So, I
Oh,
think I should explain what exactly
you
happened
always so
here.
quick to turn aside an ally? Got too many of them, do you?
I had to
One thing I will say
re-record
is that this little
this
escapade
episode
was
and the one
a
after
bit
it
of my adventuring days
because
before the war. Those were
when I
exciting.
recorded it the first time, I
Least it
made a
would
little
remind me of
error
those times
in
when
setting
you
up
stand
my
around.
equipment because
What's
I
keeping
had
you?
to
Too young to be
move it
smart.
to another
Shoo,
location
shoo.
for reasons that I'm not going to go over. And because of a minor error I made in setting it up, there was an issue with the audio that caused this episode and the next to be completely unusable. So I had to re-record it. And because I'd saved after the next episode, that meant I had to start the game all over from the beginning. Luckily, I had a second Xbox to do that with, so I didn't lose my original file. But that is why you see I've got a different lightsaber here. But anyway, that's what happened. And I'm just going to move on. This is the person we were told to speak to at the end of the last episode.
Is there something you need, Jedi? Make it good, for I have little patience.
Why did you call me Jedi?
You think me a fool? You think I do not recognize a lightsaber when I see it? You are far from the first Jedi who has come here after all, willing to abandon that decrepit order of yours.
Who are you?
Who am I? You must not have been in Korriban for very long. Either that or you have been feeling your way about blindly. Luckily for you, I am in a charitable mood. I am your Thuraban, second only to Master Uthar of the Sith Academy here in Dresde. I am the one who decides which of the few of the many hopefuls who travel here to train actually become a Sith. Why? Is it your desire to enter the Academy? Is that why you are here?
Maybe. I haven't given it much thought.
And yet, here you are in Little Korriban just by accident? I find it hard to believe. If it amuses you, however, I'll play along. We wield ultimate power, my friend. To be a Sith is to taste freedom and to know victory. Nothing is as glorious as bending the Force to your will.
A lot of hopefuls here end up dead. That doesn't seem glorious.
We make no apologies for the weak. If you cannot clench your fist and know when the moment comes to strike, there is no place for you amongst us. Of those who come to train, those who are weak return home. If they are both weak and foolish, they die. But it was their choice to come.
And what about the Jedi?
Hidebound relics who burden themselves with tradition, and with the protection of the weak and ungrateful. They are pitiful and misguided. Why would you take a gift as glorious as the Force and squander it? Weaken yourself deliberately and shackle yourself to outdated mores. Our gift has made us superior. It is our rightful place to rule. How can any deny that? Yet the Jedi do so, and call us evil because we do not.
You don't consider yourself evil?
Is the Sarkath beast who dominates his jungle evil? The Tukata who leaps on the Squellbug for the kill? These are things of nature, of the universe. We are no different from this. The Force is part of the universe, part of the same laws. We were gifted to set us above the rest. To deny nature is foolish.
But you serve the dark side of the Force, don't you?
It is the Jedi who serve the Force, trying to discern its wishes like frightened old men staring at the stars. The Force serves us. We shape it to our will. We are its master. The Jedi deny their darkness, but we revel in it. We allow it to fuel our strength.
But the dark side is evil. It corrupts.
Corruption is a word the pitiful use to describe the natural longing for power that they deny. Evil is a word trumpeted by the weak to ease their heart. It is true that the Force exacts a physical toll on some, but not a single one of them has ever regretted it. Anything else you hear is propaganda.
And where does Darth Malak fit into all of this?
You know the name. Malak is the strongest of us, and the strongest always rules. At least until one who is stronger can take it from him. That is our way. Survival of the fittest. You are always on guard, always lean for the kill. We promote it, for through this, the Sith are stronger.
You kill each other?
If a Sith is proven to be weak, and if the time is right, the Force rewards the cunning and the mighty. Step up to the challenge if you dare, or turn tail and run.
I see. About joining you.
You've heard enough, have you? So what is it to be? Are you here to be a Sith or not?
Yes, I want to join the Sith.
Ah, so you are just another hopeful after all. Or are you? There is something odd about you that I cannot place. Obviously, you are a Jedi. One who is very strong in the Force, it seems. So were you a part of the Order for very long? Did they train you?
What difference does it make?
Perhaps none. Perhaps all the difference in the world. Either way, you possess enough raw power to intrigue me greatly. With that kind of power, you could become a great Sith. Perhaps, if I let you. Does that interest you?
Persuade/lie. Yes, it... Well... Yes, it does. I wish to become a Sith.
I see. Somehow, however, I am unconvinced. No, my friend. I'll not be the one to bring you into our academy. If one of the other Sith accept you and give you a medallion, then perhaps. But otherwise, not today. Run along now.
Alright, so now we gotta go and find one of those medallions. And I'm still trying to find I'm still trying to do this whole plan without getting a dark hit. Just because I have to re-record it doesn't mean I'm not going to do that quest. But in preparing for this episode, I did find Juhani does have one more quest or one more dialogue line that I want to show.
How can you possibly be Raven? The Jedi whose troops saved me on Taris. It was Raven, leading an army out to defeat the Mandalorians. It was you. I knew when I heard that you had become the Dark Lord of the Sith, that something was wrong with it. The man who saved me could never go completely to the dark side.
I regret any of the harm I may have caused.
It is good to know that you have truly changed. It gives me hope. I do not think now that I will fall to the dark side. I only have to look at you and follow by your example, and there is no way I can fail.
You will do fine, Juhani.
Thank you for placing your confidence in me. I only wish I had your heart as well.
Aww.
I will never forget what you did for me, even if you do not remember it.
Alright. So there's that. Let's go this way.
Hey, what's this? Looks like we found ourselves a bit of sport, my friends.
This is good. I want to celebrate my acceptance into the Academy.
Me too. So how about it, chump? Ready to die? I'm eager to blow off some steam after those tests.
I don't want to pick a fight here.
But we do, isn't it obvious?
I'm trying to be reasonable, but if you keep pushing me, you'll regret it. Come on, man, let's just leave these losers alone.
All right, let's go. Consider yourself lucky, stranger.
Got light side points for that.
Once you become a Sith, you can do anything. You can feel the power coursing through you. None of you fools can compare to me.
Please, friend. We are pleased at your success, but...
Pleased? You're jealous. You're jealous of my power. You think you deserve this medallion, don't you? Let's just see. See? I have the power to do anything!
Pudu, Tunirama na praka donko searcha chupapanki.
Sniveling fool! Like you would ever belong beside me in the Academy. I'd rather kill you now and save us the trouble. What's this? It seems I have an audience. Look, Jedi, just keep walking. Unless you want some of the same.
Sorry, but I'm not going to let you kill that woman.
You can't stop me! You first, human. And then she dies.
Alright. Yeah, I may have different powers than I have in my main file, so I'm just gonna use the ones that I have available in my other one. Alright. That's taken care of. For that, I get the Sith Medallion.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we can talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
What happened after your father died?
After my father died, my mother was left to support me alone. A single non-human woman, living in one of the worst, most violent slums on Taris. It was not easy for her.
How so?
When my father was killed, it seemed that something in her began to die as well. She worked. She worked as hard as she was able. But over time, she began to waste away. I later learned that she was unable to get enough money to feed both of us, and had to start borrowing from the exchange, a band of cutthroats and smugglers. But even that was not enough. She hid what she was doing from me. She gave most of her food to me so that I would be strong, but she herself was suffering deeply from it. In the end, she could go on no longer, and collapsed at the cantina where she worked one day.
What did you do for her?
She never recovered. There was nothing really that I could do for her. She left me no money, and no doctor would see her without being paid first. I sat by her bed for days as she lay there dying. I never want that to happen to someone I care about ever again. But there was still the money she had borrowed. She had never paid it back and made no provisions for her death. You must understand. The exchange is brutal. They care nothing for the life of a sentient being. They are the major suppliers of slaves on Taris.
You were enslaved?
They thought it would be appropriate that, with my mother owing them money, the debt should be passed on to me. And with no way to pay, they took me by force. You have no idea what it is like to be bound like a beast and treated as such. It was the worst time of my life. They treated me like livestock. They were waiting for a buyer to give them some credit for me when the Jedi came to fight the Mandalorians.
And they freed you?
The Jedi could not abide by what they saw there, and drove the exchange from the face of the world, freeing those of us imprisoned there. But the Jedi soon left to fight their war, and I was left with a dream.
What did you do?
I swore that I would become a Jedi. As soon as I had enough money to do it, I bought passage on a freighter headed for Dantooine. And we both know what has happened since then.
Juhani.
I am grateful to you for having given me the opportunity to fulfill my dream, rather than become what I hated. Someday, I may make it up to you, but for now, let us keep on the task at hand.
Okay, I'm going to take a break before I go back and talk to you, Thora. The reason being that I believe that Juhani's quest is ready to roll. Yep.
What the hell is your kind doing here? Bad enough I have to deal with all these other idiots, but now there's a stinking Cathar on this world too?
I have as much right to be here as you do, sir.
Before I say anything to him, I want to point out that this is slightly different in I think every other version of the game that you can find, because this guy is only human in the Xbox version of the game. He is a Twi'lek, I believe, everywhere else. I'll put a picture on screen so you can see. But he is the one that has to do with Juhani's side quest. Do not seek to aggravate us.
Ooh, big man. The Jedi shooting his mouth off from behind a lightsaber, or whatever you're carrying. Hiding behind your pet cat there.
Pet?
And a woman at that. We should have exterminated all you Cathar when we had the chance.
What? What do you know about my world?
I know enough that... Hey, wait a minute. You look familiar somehow.
What? You?
Do you two know each other?
This doesn't concern you, Jedi trash.
Trash?
Now, where could I have... No, he's dead, and she likely is too.
What are you talking about?
Maybe I was wrong. Still, I think a specimen like you would be a nice addition to my collection. So, what would it take, Jedi, for you to sell your pet here to me?
Okay, I just vomited a little in my mouth from that conversation. This man makes me sick. She is her own person.
Now don't be so selfish. We both know Cathair aren't real people anyway. The females make amusing pets, but the males should be put down like the animals they are. I remember one time on Taris.
What? What did you say?
What are you saying?
What did you do on Taris, you scum?
Put one of you down like the animals you are. So easy. Then I saw one of the females on the auction block. But those darn Jedi.
It was you.
What? Me? Oh, now I recognize where I've seen that face before. You were the little Cathair I was going to purchase. But those Jedi came and stole my pet away from me.
You bought Juhani?
When I was fighting with the Mandalorians against the Cathair, I developed an appreciation for these creatures. They make excellent servants if properly trained. You Jedi act all prim and proper, but inside you must feel the same way I do about the lesser, non-human species. The Sith at least let their feelings show on the outside.
You. The homeworld.
Come now. Will you let your pet go? I'm sure we can come up with a price we both think is fair.
She's not for sale.
And I will see you dead for what you have done to my people.
Hold on a second. Don't be hasty.
There is no emotion.
There is peace. I will remain calm. I am a Jedi now. My lust for vengeance must be curbed.
Yes. Say no to the dark side. But I will have you yet. Ha!
Oh boy. I'm gonna pop onto the Ebon Hawk real quick to check my upgrades. I'll be right back. Alright, with that out of the way and with the Sith Medallion in hand, I'm returning to Euthora now so I can continue my quest. Hopefully she'll actually let me into the Academy now.
You again? What do you wish now?
I have this medallion.
So, one of the others accepted you, even after I did not. You're lucky, human, for I'm in a forgiving mood. I will take you to the Academy, and we shall see if you are ready to join the ranks of the Sith. I have only one other question. These companions of yours, they will not be coming with you, I presume?
They're slaves. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I'll be right back.
I see. Fair enough. So long as they do not disturb your training or cause any trouble. Are you ready to go to the Academy then?
Yes, I am.
Then let us leave.
I forgot
The
that
master
line
the
of
Academy awaits
dialogue
you.
was in there. It is humorous that Jolie took it in such good spirits, and it says a lot that the actor who played Jolie did go along with it. But in this day and age, I'm not gonna laugh at that.
Greetings.
I'm just
prospective
going to,
students. Appears we have a late entry. Who do you bring before me, Euthora? A young human bristling with the Force?
A human that has had some training, it seems, Master Uthar. Very promising, I think.
That I'll judge for myself, thank you. Tell me, human, what do you know of the ways of the Sith? What preconceptions has your mind been polluted with?
I know that the Sith are powerful, a force to be reckoned with.
A diplomatic answer, if not the core of the matter. Our power is obvious. The question in truth goes much deeper than the surface. The Jedi equate the light with goodness and strength, and the dark with weakness and evil. That is their tradition, and it is truly no surprise that they cling to it for comfort. We, however, do not treat the Force as a burden. We treat it as a gift, a thing to be celebrated. We use it to acquire power over others. And why should we not? Because the Jedi say we should not. We are as the Force is meant to be. The Jedi would hide that from you. They would tell you the dark side is too quick, too easy. all so that they need never challenge the passions that lie within them. Joining with us means realizing your true potential. It means not stifling yourself solely for the sake of hidebound shamans and their antiquated notion of order. Be what you were meant to be. What say you, Lasho? Are you ready to learn the secrets of the dark side? Dare you?
I dare, Master Uthar. I am ready.
Brash and fiery, as expected. Turn that passion to your advantage, child. What of you, Mikkel? Are you ready?
I am, Master. More than ready.
I sense much anger within you, young one. That is good. That will provide you power. And Shardan, what of you?
I am always ready.
I see. You had best gather your wits for the trial ahead, boy, or you will not last. And you, young human, does this interest you? Are you ready to learn more of what I speak?
And what of my companions?
Your slaves. They are irrelevant. They may accompany you so long as they do not interfere with us or with your training. Are you ready or not, young one?
But power without consideration of morality is a weakness.
You are brave to argue, young one. I have met few students who would speak so openly to me. Ask yourself first what this morality is. How is it created? Who does it benefit? Where do your notions of good and evil come from? You may come to the realization that morality is but an obstacle to overcome, or not. The discovery is yours to make, should you be ready. Now then, all of you 5 recruits have shown a degree of facility with the Force. You all have the potential to become true Sith. Only one of you, however, will succeed. The one who succeeds will be admitted to the Academy as a full Sith. All others must wait until next year and try again, if you survive. My pupil, Euthura, shall be your teacher and master while you attempt to prove yourselves. Heed her words.
As Master Uthar said, none of you are true Sith yet. For that to occur, one of you must do enough of worth, gain enough prestige, to be selected. What is an act of worth? You must learn that for yourselves. Remember that you are competitors here. Fight for your destiny, or go home.
If you wish to gain a lead over your competitors, the first of you to learn the code of the Sith and tell me of it will be rewarded. The rest is for you to discover. Welcome to the dark side, my children. Your one chance at true greatness lies here.
Alright. And here we go. First thing I'm going to do is check this footlocker because they gave me some equipment to work with while I'm quote-unquote studying in the Sith Academy. Now, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to explore the Sith Academy, and spoilers, that's going to take up the rest of the episode.
Ah, there you are. My favorite prospect for the year.
Your favorite prospect?
Absolutely. By my estimation, you are far more likely to achieve the prestige necessary to join the Sith than any of the others. As a matter of fact, I am so certain of that I'm willing to offer you an opportunity of the once-in-a-lifetime variety. Would you like to hear it?
Absolutely.
Good. I do so adore someone who's willing to take a chance. As I said, you're no doubt going to be the one whom Uthar chooses to become a Sith. With my help, of course. Once that occurs, he will take you into the Valley of the Dark Lords to the tomb of Nagasado to administer the final test. There you and I will be alone with him. The perfect time to, shall we say, arrange for a change in the Academy's leadership.
What's so important about this tomb?
The tomb is an ancient ruin on the surface that was visited years ago by Darth Revan and Darth Malak. They discovered a star map there of great importance.
Darth Malak went there? Very interesting, isn't it, Master?
Reaching that map, as they did, is part of the final test. At any rate, it is not the tomb that is important. That Uthar will be alone is what is important.
You want me to kill Master Uthar?
Is that such a daunting prospect? It is not as if I am asking you to perform the task alone, or as if you will get nothing out of it. Master Uthar cannot prevail against us both. That's all there is to it. It is a very simple matter.
People against Master. Sounds familiar.
And so it should. It is central to our beliefs. It is my responsibility to replace my master when I am strong enough.
What's to stop me from telling him about this?
I suppose you could do that. Even the hint of betrayal from his pupil in Uthar would move to eliminate me. But this is a very good opportunity for you. You can start off your Sith career as the right hand of the head of the Academy. Me, Uthar will not offer you that. Do you believe Uthar would not be aware of this? He would quickly figure out what you have to gain by betraying him, and would never believe someone would pass that up. Tell Master Uthar what you wish. Were I you, I would think first of what the consequences of such an action might be.
And what's your part in this?
My part in this is to help you gain enough prestige, and slow down the progress of the other hopefuls. I want you in that tomb when the time is right. We destroy Master Uthar together, and I take his place. And you take your place at my side. A beautiful plan in its sheer simplicity.
How do I know this isn't some test?
You must not know much about the Sith yet. If Uthar were even to suspect that I might be trying to supplant him, true or not, well, let's just say he wouldn't likely stop to ask too many questions before ensuring I was dealt with.
Very well, I agree.
I'm so glad you see it my way. I will begin to make preparations for your final test. Your only worry now is to get there. Don't disappoint me.
Can you tell me about the Code of the Sith?
I can help you understand it. Would you like to hear it? Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. Simple words, yet easily misunderstood. Would you care for me to explain anything?
Peace is a lie. There's only passion.
The Jedi would have you believe that peace is a desirable goal. That peace of the spirit is the way the Force is mastered. That a lack of conflict betters man. We know different. It is our passion, our hate, and our desire that fuels the Force. It is conflict that improves the lot of civilization and single being both. Conflict forces one to better oneself. It forces change, growth, adaptation, evolution, or death. These are not our laws, but the universe's. Without conflict, you have only stagnation.
That is very true, actually. Surprisingly true. Through passion, I gain strength.
What fuels your power with the Force but your passion? The stronger, darker emotions. Anger, hatred, fear. These passions empower us.
What about love?
Love is more dangerous than all those things. Love leads to anger and hatred more often than not. But it also leads to mercy, which is far worse. That, however, is a lesson for another time.
Huh. Those seem like awfully negative passions.
Negative? Compared to what? What keeps even the most rudimentary creature alive? Fear to run, anger to fight. Without it, a creature would most surely die.
Are you saying we aren't anything more than a rudimentary creature?
We are far more than them, perhaps. But in some ways, we are little different. To think us creatures beyond the need of simple passions is a delusion.
The Jedi say the opposite. How can both be right?
The Force gives us all power, even the Jedi. It is our mastery of our passion that gives us the strength they lack.
I see.
It is our goal to be stronger, to achieve our potential and not rest upon our laurels. We are the seekers, not the shepherds.
Through strength, I gain power.
The stronger you become in the Force, the more power you will achieve. But always must you fight for your power. Without strife, your victory has no meaning. Without strife, you do not advance. Without strife, there is only stagnation.
Through power, I gain victory?
How many sorts of victories can you imagine? Peaceful victory, victory by sacrifice, a truce, an achievement. Unless the victory is achieved by demonstrating that your power is superior, it is only an illusion, temporary at best. We seek more.
Wow. I mean, she's not wrong. Through victory, my chains are broken.
This has been argued over, and often. The chains represent our restrictions, both those placed upon us and those we place upon ourselves. Ultimately, the goal of any Sith is to free herself from such restrictions. In a way, it is so we may do whatever we wish, but it is much more than that. One who has freed themselves from all restrictions has reached perfection, their potential fulfilled. Perfect strength, perfect power, perfect destiny. Imagine it. That is our ideal, at any rate. It is said in Sith legend that the Sithari, the perfect being, will one day lead us. But perhaps that is just a legend.
You don't think the Sithari can exist?
I wonder what that being would be like. The legends say the Sithari will destroy us and make us stronger than ever. But perhaps that is just a legend. Perfection is a goal, I think, rather than a state of being. The Jedi would argue that, no doubt.
Wow. I've never looked at this conversation before. This is actually a really interesting conversation. I'm actually surprised, like genuinely.
The Force is our servant and our master, our teacher and our companion, a weapon and a tool. Know it, and you know the universe. Master it, and you master the universe. Strive for perfection, and the Force shall reward you.
Okay.
I am not surprised. The Force is strong with you. Master it, and it shall serve you well.
I will be going for a moment.
You have had an excellent start. Go, gain more prestige.
Alright. So, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go speak the code of the Sith to Uthar, because that's going to be very helpful no matter what we do.
Greetings, young one. You have much to do yet. You have gained little prestige. You will have to work quickly if you hope to best the others.
I know the code of the Sith.
Then finish the code as I speak it. Peace is a lie. That is only...
Passion.
Through passion, I gain...
Strength.
Through strength, I gain...
Power.
Through power, I gain...
Victory.
Through victory...
My chains are broken.
The Force shall free me. Yes, good. You have indeed learned the code of the Sith. Speaking the words and knowing the words are, however, two different things. Tell me then, true or false, victory by any means is desirable.
False.
Well done. I will test you no more. You know the code. Very impressive. Go now. You have done well, but you have not impressed me enough to declare you the victor. I have matters to attend to.
Okay. So, that true or false question after he asks you to finish the code as he speaks it, he has various different true-false questions that he asks you. I don't know all of them, but I think with pretty much all of them, the answer is the opposite of what you expect. I'll be on my way.
Very well. You have impressed me. Definitely a good start.
Now, I'm going to save this because with the double cross mini quest, there are multiple ways you can have it go down. One thing you can do is
Greetings, young one.
you can tell him what Euthura is up to.
Oh? What is...
She wants me to help her kill you at the final trial.
I see. It is good that you have come to me with this information, young one. It is a bit ironic that Euthura has begun her plotting. I have been aware of her growing ambitions for some time, and had in fact already decided to remove her. Normally, the one who gains the most prestige would engage in a final trial. 2 of the students would fight. This time, it will be Euthura who battles, though she does not yet know it. Perhaps it will be you who combats her. Yes, perhaps so. This is what you can do. Give this pad to Adrenus. He will put some poison in her bath. This will weaken Euthura for that final test, making her an easy target. Rather generous of me, don't you think?
I'd love to know what's going on in that tricky mind of yours.
For coming to me with this information and betraying your foolish trainer, I feel you are worthy of prestige, young one. Go now. You have not yet impressed me enough to declare you the victor. I have matters to attend to.
I'll be on my way.
Very well. You have impressed me. Definitely a good start.
Now, with that pad, I think Adrenus is walking around here somewhere, but I have no idea where. So I think you can go and give it to Adrenus and call that the end of it, but you could take it further.
I understand you have impressed Master Uthar at least a little. That is good. We are one step closer toward completing my plan. Were I you, I would not get too excited just yet. You still have plenty left to do.
I have some news about Uthar.
What? What's happened? Our plan is still intact, I hope.
He plans to have me fight you in the final trial.
Ah, how very clever of him. Normally you would face some other student in the tomb, preferably one of the failed ones. Obviously Uthar has decided to get rid of me. But why? Did you say something to him?
Yes, I did.
What? You fool! Oh, while I respect your attempt to play both sides of the fence, you are playing a dangerous game. If you think Uthar will truly be so grateful to you for double-crossing me, think again. Your only chance lies with me. In the end, it works out better that it is only the 2 of us in the tomb with him, so long as we refuse to fight. Is there anything else I should know?
He wants you poisoned. I'm supposed to give this pad to Adrenus.
Let me see that. So it's true. Thank you for bringing this to me. Now I will be far stronger than Uthar expects. Here, this pass card will allow you access to Uthar's quarters. It's at the far end of the passages with the other quarters. Take this device as well, and put it inside his cot. No one should see you do it. Then Uthar will be too weak to stand up against us. Don't even think of failing me. You and I are too far into this now to back out.
Yeah, so once she gives you that, you have the pass card to get in here. And when you're in here, this is Uthar's cot. All you have to do is just place the device, and that's as far as that quest line goes until you get to the end of the final trial, which we will get there when we get there. The light side option, however, and the one that I'm going to be going with for this playthrough, is what I'm about to do.
I understand you have impressed Master Uthar at least a little. Were I you...
It's important you don't tell Uthar about Euthura's plan for this, because if you betray Euthura, this no longer becomes available. But you want to ask about her. You want to ask her about herself.
About myself? I'm originally from Sleheron, if you must know. I was a slave to a cruel master, Omish the Hutt. I'm sure you don't need to know more.
Then you just leave the conversation.
You have had an excellent start. Go, gain more prestige.
Talk to her again.
What do you wish? I am eager to get this over with.
You mentioned you were from Sleheron.
I did. I also said that you didn't need to know more. Why are you asking?
I would just like to know more about you, that's all.
I see. Very well. I suppose there's no harm in the tale. As I said, I was originally a slave to one of the Hutts. The Hutts control everything on Sleheyron, and a slave is nothing to them. I was determined not to be nothing. One night when the drunken worm had me alone in his chambers, I stabbed him and escaped the compound. I stole onto a cargo ship and was not discovered by the crew until they reached the next system. They left me for dead on a desolate planetoid, alone. But that was fine by me. I was glad to be anywhere other than Sleheyron. It was not luck that I was eventually rescued, of course. The Force was strong with me, though I didn't know that at the time. Not until the Jedi told me, that is.
The Jedi found you? What happened?
I'd rather not discuss it. Perhaps another time. Is there something else you needed?
I'll be going.
I hope to see you again.
Talk to her again.
Hello again. I trust all is going smoothly.
How did you become a Sith?
I would prefer not to discuss that.
I'd really like to hear the tale.
Why? There is no point. Have I asked you about your past?
I just thought we could become friends, or maybe something more.
I see. You certainly have odd notions for one hoping to become a Sith. I'll play along, for now. Let's see. After escaping from Sleheyron, I was found by the Jedi. They took me in and trained me, even though I was a bit older than most Padawan.
You were a Jedi?
Not really, no. I never progressed beyond Padawan. I had discipline, but no peace. And after my treatment at the hands of the Hutts, there was little room in me for the ways of the Jedi. I wanted to use the Force to free the other slaves I knew, to fight for what I knew was right. The Jedi restrained me until I couldn't stand it anymore. They claim the dark side is evil, but that isn't so. Sometimes anger and hatred are so deserved and right.
Yep.
Sometimes things change because of it.
But has anything changed?
No, not yet. But my anger has not diminished, nor my desire to see change. The more time I spend with the Sith, the more I am certain that one day I will be able to fight as I must. I know this may sound strange, but only my compassion stands in my way now. Once that is gone, let the slavers beware.
But if you lose your compassion, will you still care about those slaves?
Yes, of course. I mean losing my compassion, as in holding back. But enough of that. I have talked about myself too much. Surely you are tired of it.
Alright.
Come back soon, my friend.
I think I gotta talk to her one more time.
Greetings, my friend. I do rather enjoy saying that.
Nope. That was the last time. Okay.
Come back soon.
So that's all we have to do as far as talking to her. So now I get to explore the rest of the academy. This guy, Kel Alguin, this is the first we've seen of him. He wasn't there at the... at least he didn't speak when we entered the academy.
Oh, hello. I don't remember seeing you here before. My name is Kel Alguin.
I don't remember seeing you here before. Is something wrong?
Nothing.
Are you sure?
Yes, my master always says I'm too trusting, too willing to show weakness. You're a Sith, so I really shouldn't, you know.
But I'm not a Sith yet.
Oh, I know that. I mean, you aren't yet, but you intend to be. I mean, you're just like everyone else here.
And you're not?
Well, I didn't mean it like that.
Well, how did you mean it then?
I shouldn't trust you. I can't trust you. Can I?
Sure you can.
I just don't feel I belong here. I thought maybe I did at first, but now, I don't know. I just have so many doubts.
Okay, so what you can do with Kel is you can threaten to tell Master Uthar, and he'll plead with you not to, because he knows that if you tell Master Uthar, and this does actually happen if you tell him, Uthar will have him killed. You'll never see him again. You can tell him if it doesn't feel right, then perhaps he doesn't belong here. You can encourage him to keep it up, and that he'll he'll figure things out eventually. Or you can tell him, don't waste your time with it. I'm going to go with this because it's the light side option.
But where would I go then? What would I do?
Where would I go? What would I do? Well, frankly, I don't know. Have you thought about the Jedi?
I don't know. I never really thought about it. Maybe I should seek it out. Give it a try. Thank you. Thank you so much.
He leaves. Not only did I just recruit a new member for the Jedi, but I eliminated the competition in this, competition.
No problem. Got it.
I bought a heavy repeating blaster for HK. And I can get a free one here. Moving on. Let's go over this way. Over here we find Lashao. If you recall, she was the one that had us tell that joke about the Mandalorians in the woods in the last episode.
I remember you from the colony. You seem all right, though you'll not win the right to train before me.
You're trying to become a Sith as well?
Just figured that out, did you? It just so happens that I have a surefire way of pulling ahead in this little contest of ours. You don't really have a chance.
And what way is that?
I found an artifact that will impress Uthar far more than anything you could ever scrounge up. I'll win for sure.
Why haven't you brought it to Uthar yet?
I don't have it just yet. I'll get it when I'm good and ready.
It's guarded, isn't it?
So what if it is? I'll get it eventually, regardless. Nothing good comes without a bit of a fight. That's the Sith motto, more or less.
Maybe I could help you get it?
Help me get it? I don't know. I suppose I could use some help. The artifact I know of certainly won't be easy to take. But why should I work with you?
I've always wanted to work with a beautiful woman. Wow! That is a slap in the face to Bastila if I've ever seen one.
Flattery, is it? I suppose it's possible that Master Uthar could award both of us prestige. We'd be ahead of the others, for sure. Unfortunately, the holocron lies in the gullet of a Tukana mother. I can arrange for us to meet her, but you're going to have to help me in putting her down. That makes sense to you? Go into the valley when you're prepared enough. I'll be amongst the central pillars near the north end.
And I'm just supposed to trust you?
And I'm just supposed to trust you? You're the one who has to work on this, remember? You watch me, and I'll watch you. I don't trust you any more than you trust me. If you don't like that, don't come.
See you there.
Remember, the central pillar's in the valley. I'll be waiting, so don't take too long.
Yeah, whatever. Let's go this way. And there's Shardan. If you recall, he was the one that was torturing his own friends. No, he was the one that we ran into, who was torturing the people just inside Dresde when we got here in the last episode.
I remember you. You're all right. Trying for the Academy, I see.
So are you, obviously.
That's true. I had no idea you were coming for the Academy when I met you in the colony, though.
Who are you?
The name's Shardan. Didn't I tell you that back in the colony? Maybe not.
Do you want to coordinate strategy?
I don't work or play well with others. Thanks for the offer, though.
Well, that was pretty obvious back when we saw him in Dresde. Did we already? Yeah, we did. Okay. Here's Mikkel. If you recall, this was the guy who was forcing those guys to stand in one place for days on end without food or water outside of the academy, and then went and gorged himself while thinking about them because it was wonderful fun. This guy sucks and deserves to die.
It's a bad year to try and become a Sith, you know. I've got it all wrapped up.
I remember you, Mikhail. This guy of all people is the guy that Avner remembers. I remember you, Mikhail, right?
That's right. You might as well just go home, you know. There can only be one Sith this year, and that's me.
What makes you so sure?
You think I would tell you? Have my brain started dribbling out of my nose or something?
It'll be an improvement.
Funny. Say that after I'm a full Sith and I'll ground your face into the dirt just for fun.
I've killed hundreds of full Sith already. You think that threat scares me?
You hanging around still? Don't you have your own plans? Not that they'll help you. I'm in for sure, you know.
What makes you so sure?
You think I would tell you? Have my brain started dribbling out of my nose or something?
You can at least give me a hint.
I could. But what would be the point in that? See you around, chump.
Yeah, screw you too. And one last room to check out. Look who it is.
You take a wrong turn somewhere?
Dustle, is that you?
Oh, lovely. It's Father. Figures you'd show up after all this time. How did you manage to get inside the Academy?
Through the front doors.
Cute. I wonder how interested Master Uthar would be to know just who he has in his web. Unless you've switched sides, Father. But I doubt that. Just why are you here, Father? Not for me, I hope. Couldn't you have gotten yourself blown up on some ship and spared us this reunion?
Dustle, what are you talking about? I thought you were dead.
Too bad you didn't still think that. Or did you really think I'd be happy to see you? Look, everyone, it's Father, come to rescue me at long last. Sure, he may have left Mother and I to die on Telos, but that doesn't matter.
No, I didn't abandon you. The task force just arrived too late. Telos was in ruins, and your mother... I held her but I looked for you. I swear I looked everywhere.
Ah, save it. You abandoned us long before. We were alone all during the wars, and even once you came back, you still didn't stay.
I didn't have a choice. I was needed
Yeah? Well, you were needed at home, too. You were needed when the bombing started, and I got captured. You know what? It doesn't matter. Not anymore. I have a new family now, a family that cares about me. I don't need you.
The Sith? You can't mean that. No, the Sith killed your mother. The Sith destroyed Telos.
So? You're the soldier, Father. How many mothers have you killed?
No, you've been brainwashed. The son I knew would never...
You never knew me. You weren't even there to know me, so don't presume to tell me what I would or wouldn't do.
I don't know what's been done to you, but you are coming with me out of here, now.
Touch me, old man, and I'll kill you. Get out! Get out of here before I tell the Sith that you're here.
Calm down, Dustil. Karth is only trying to protect you. If you choose anything other than that answer, it'll lead to a fight and you'll be forced to kill Dustil.
I don't need his protection, not anymore. The Sith give me everything I need.
You can't mean that. The Sith are... they're evil. They're the dark side. They took me away from you and your mother. They're what took you from me.
No, they are not evil. They're not. The dark side is superior. And you were at war long before they came along.
The Sith war to conquer, to rule the helpless. I went to war for you, Dustil, for your freedom, your future.
I don't believe you.
If I failed you, son, then it's my failure. Please don't add to it by becoming part of something evil.
Prove it. Prove that the Sith are so evil, and I'll think about it.
How can we prove something like that?
I'll stay right here. I won't tell anyone you're here, for now. You find some proof, and you bring it to me. If I hear you asking questions about me, or doing a single thing to jeopardize my position in the Sith, I swear I'll tell everyone what you're up to. You got that, Father? You prove what you're saying is true. I'm not going anywhere otherwise.
I got it, Dustil. I'll be back. I swear it.
Alright. You can't search his footlocker. Now, this is where we're going to complete Karth's mini-quest. And all I have to do is, after having that conversation with Dustil, we come over here into Master Uthar's chamber.
Got it.
And you can just open it up if your security skill is high enough. It's not that difficult. That's why I have T3 with me, but I have a high security skill.
That datapad, just take a look at it. I wonder if Dustil knows his friend was disposed of like that. If not, it might convince Dustil that what we're saying about the Sith is true. It'd be worth a shot.
Yeah, that's where you get it. That's where you get the
No problem.
proof.
Got it.
All right. So we got what we need to finish Karth's quest. Now all we have to do is head back to Dustil. So yeah, like I said, that's why I have T3 on my team right now, but my skill is high enough that I can just get in without him. He's just there to fill in the third slot.
Back already? So tell me, Father, where's this proof you promised?
I have a datapad I want you to look at. You knew someone named Celine?
Celine? She's the one who convinced me to come to the Academy with her. Why? Where did you get this?
Look at it. It belongs to Master Uthar, doesn't it?
Yes, it's his, but he told me he said that she'd been lost on a mission in the valley. This says that they
killed her because she was hindering your progress. Superiority at any cost, Dustil. There's your evil. Or can you live with that?
No, I can't. I had no idea. They lied to me.
Well, there's the son I remember. Now, will you leave here?
No. You go do whatever you have to, Father. I have some other friends here. I have to warn them what's going on. And maybe I can, look around here and find out some more information. From the inside. Something that might help you.
I don't suppose there's any way I could talk you out of that, is there? I mean, you're not gonna do anything halfway. Sounds familiar.
I guess it does.
I'm proud of you, Dustil. You aren't hanging on to a lie after you see it for what it is. Not everyone could do that.
Maybe after this is all over we can talk. I'm still not sure about us, but I'll listen. Maybe we can get back to where we should have been.
Well, I'd like that.
I'll go back to Telos when this is over. You can find me there. Goodbye, Father.
Goodbye, son. Good luck.
And that's another side quest that's finished. Let's talk to Karth and see what he has to say about it.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Do you think you'll see Dustil again?
I think so. If he's anything like he used to be, Dustil hates to be tricked. There's no way he'll let the Sith trick him again. As for whether or not he'll be my son again, I don't know. He's so full of anger and hate. I wasn't expecting him to be like this. Well, maybe we can work it out. I hope so. I guess I'll have to wait and see. Thanks, by the way, for all your help.
Alright. And with that taken care of, there is only one more thing I want to do. There's only one more thing I think that's left to do in the Academy. If we go to the other side, the last thing we have to do in here is to go in here, the interrogation room. However, before I go in there, I want to show off that this is the dueling room. In here, if you're doing, well, another way you can get prestige is by killing the okay, you just have to go onto the computer and release a prisoner. You get up to 3 prisoners that you can kill. I think that increases your prestige, but it definitely gives you dark side points. So I'm not gonna do it. And this way we will come back to. I don't know why I came all this way. I'll come back to that. After I finish in the interrogation room.
Maybe you can do better than I. This Mandalorian is proving more resistant than I expected.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get him to tell us where his weapon cache is hidden. So far, all the serum combinations I'm using are proving ineffective. If I bring his drug threshold too high, he'll go into shock and be useless. Too low, and he just refuses to talk. It's been maddening.
You want me to try it?
Certainly. Just don't kill him or send him into shock. He's supposed to be questioned, not executed. If you manage to get the location of his cache out of him, I'll be sure to pass on the good word to Master Uthar.
Okay, because I'm not going to do exactly what he says, I'm going to tell you what happens if you do. If you do manage to interrogate him and get the location out of him, this guy will break his word and he will go and take credit for it. And you will have to kill him to stop him. Now, there is another way that use whatever method you want, Sith. You'll not break my will. My mind is my own, and I will tell you nothing. There is another way we can get through this that I'm going to show you. And it is the reason I have been building up my computer use skill all this time. Can you speak Galactic Basic? English, basically. I know your language, Sith. I won't give you the satisfaction of speaking it. Do you have any way I can free you? You're trying to trick me! I do not believe you! Trust me, I'll help you if I can. If you speak the truth, then use the console to put me in a catatonic state. Your people will remove me, throw me away. I can survive for long periods in this state. I can escape then. That's what I'm gonna do. How do you wish to use the console? Now, to actually interrogate him, you have to play around with these first 5, sorry. What I recommend, because I don't actually know how it works, I've only ever gotten it to work through luck, is to save like I did before you get on the computer and then play around with it until you get it right. If you get it wrong, reload your save and try again. But what I'm going to do is this computer skill option to apply a serum to induce catatonic state. Thank you. It is in my ship. The cache. It is in a trapdoor hidden on my ship. Use it. I no longer need. I give it to you in exchange for my life. Human.
What have you done? I told you not to put the prisoner into shock, didn't I? Now, how are we supposed to find out where the weapon cache is? Uthar will be furious. I may as well take this fool and dump him somewhere. He's useless to us. I cannot believe you are so incompetent.
And screw you too, buddy. Anyway, that is everything that I needed to do inside the academy. However, with what I've done, I cannot move on to the next part of the game. I do not yet have enough prestige. In order to do that, I'm going to have to venture out into the Valley of the Dark Lords in order to complete more things, get more prestige. And I'm going to be doing that in the next episode. See you guys then.